Hello everyone, welcome to another Injustice 2 mobile video. Today we're going to be taking a look at legendary the gameplay, of course, you are going to be seeing is the gameplay from the new Realm Clash solo raid. So enjoy that while we discuss legendary Let's check out his passives. Is this going to be an extremely good damage dealer as described? Because on the description they say it's an extremely good damage dealer for raids. Well, it looks like that. And the only thing I'm having a doubt about is that we already had a character like Beast Boy, which is legit extremely good damage dealer for both raid and solo raid. So, and we don't usually get two of these in a year. So, is Lightning going to strike twice in 2023? Well, let's go through the passives and we can determine that. So, we'll start with the passives, then we'll move to the specials. So, for the passive one, mind you, at level 1 as well, every passive we're going to talk about is at level 1. So this is like the minimum. So passive 1 at level 1, legendary is going to be able to stack Atlanta energy. Now, this Atlanta energy has a maximum of 70 stacks. Mind you, at level 1. Probably that will be the highest across all levels. We don't know yet. But 70 stacks, Atlanta energy. And what that energy will do for you, at least according to the description of the passive one, is that is going to, for each stack of Atlanta energy, you are going to be able to do 6% damage on your next special. So let's say you get up to the 70 max stacks for Atlanta energy. 70 times 6, that's 420. So you're going to be able to do 420% special attack damage. Not overall damage, special attack damage. So by doing your basic and swipe attacks, you are stacking up Atlanta energy. Just the way you stack up a metal team energy and all of that. Yeah, you're going to be stacking up this energy. And when you get to 70 stacks from, of course, from your basic and swipe attacks, once you get to 70 stacks and you do a special, that special is going to do 420% more damage. To put that in context, whenever you have 40 hits on your combo meter, you're doing an extra 200% damage. So imagine that 200, another 200, and another 200, then another 20. That's 420%. So if you have 40 hits before doing your next special, you're going to be doing 620% special attack damage. How good would that be? It could be good. I can see. Well, I think that actually looks like it could be strong, but I don't even think that this is where its major damage will come from. But let's just go through the other passives and specials, and we'll see how everything comes together. So next up, passive 2. So the passive 2 at level 1 is going to give you a passive that's very similar to Silver Green Lantern. You know, with Silver Green Lantern, at the beginning of the match, you have a shield that is a percentage of your health for all your characters, or at least all the characters on the team of Silver Green Lantern. And you know what this shield does for you is that you're able to do CI very well, like without having any issue of, even if you have a data connection issue and all of that. So that shield you have with Green Lantern, you are going to be able to generate that shield with So is going to, at level 1, of course, is going to give you 20% shield for every fifth Atlanta energy. Don't forget, Atlanta energy is gathered with both your basic and swipe attacks. So if they say every fifth Atlanta energy, they're saying every fifth basic or swipe attack combined. So if you do 5 hits on your combo meter, you've added to your shield. So this looks to me like infinite combo guaranteed, because it just means the more basic you do, you are adding to your health, the shield, the capacity of the shield for your health, because it's taking 20% of your health, right? So with every basic you do, you are adding to that. It's a continuous process, at least based on what I'm reading. It's a continuous process. So if I do up to 5 hits, I have added a small percentage to that 20%. If I do up to another 5 hits, I've added a small percentage to that 20%. So what I'm seeing here is that at the beginning of the match, you just have to do some basic attacks, maybe with the normal CI. But after a while, you are just going to have infinite CI, because the more, every fifth basic attack you're going to be doing is going to be adding to that shield, constantly regenerating that shield. So right now, the only character that has that kind of shield that I can think of, Green Lantern, but he has that just at the beginning of the match. Then Blue Beetle also has that when you do his special too, where you can ignore basics from the opponent and all that. The shield acts like that. But if this shield is going to work either like Green Lantern or like Blue Beetle, then you are in luck, because you just need to do a couple of basics at the beginning. This character obviously is going to need some fast attack to get those hits in. And by doing that, you are going to get your shield, which will now help you to do constant CI. So you are going to be doing a lot of basic attack with this character. So this second passive is more of a protection passive, and it also helps you in an attacking sense when it comes to doing CI. Having constant shield being generated for every fifth basic or swipe attack you carry out with legendary on. That's very interesting, and I actually love that a lot. This game needs more of that because of the connection issues we face in this game. Now let's go to the third passive at level 1. The third passive applies what we call electrification. So this third passive, it applies to your specials. So this character is a character that's going to be doing specials as well. So the third passive basically describes what happens when you do your special 1 or when you do your special 2 and 3. So when you do your special 1 and you have Atlanta energy, don't forget the Atlanta energy or the I think it's Atlanta or Atlant energy. Anyone, anyone works. Let's call it the Atlanta, but it's probably going to be called the Atlant energy or whatever. So when you use this Atlant or Atlanta energy, you are going to apply electrification if you do your special 1. So you have, don't forget your basic attacks, you have stacked up Atlant energy, right? Now that you have that Atlant energy stacked up and you do your special 1, you're going to apply electrification to the boss. We're going to talk more about electrification later, but what you should know that special 1, we apply electrification based on the Atlant energy you have, while special 2 or 3 will now do 1000 up to 1200% of your attack. Yeah, so it's going to do up to 1200% of your attack as damage to the opponent. If this is overall attack, then we have another beast boy in our hands. I think. I think if this is overall attack, but if it's just your base attack, I don't think they're doing base attacks anymore. For them to say that this guy is a good damage dealer for raid and solo raid, I think this is going to be a similar vein to Beast Boy. So once you stack up your Atlant energy, you do special 1, you have applied electrification. Then maybe do a couple of basics, stack up on that set of Atlant energy, do special 2 or special 3, you're going to do 1200% damage of your attack. So we'll have to use the character to know how effective that 1200% damage is going to be, which is it going to be overall attack from all your solo read artifact, or is it just going to be your base attack? Is it going to scale with the other damage boost from the character? We'll have to use the character to find that out, but this is actually looking very interesting. Now, let's quickly move to the specials, special 1, special 2, and special 3. So for special 1, we already talked about part of it, which is that special 1 is going to apply electrification, of which the effect of that electrification is based on the number of Atlant energy you've gathered. And of course, that Atlant or Atlanta energy you've gathered is gotten from your what? Basic attacks. And you don't have to worry about CI. Why? Because of this second passive of legendary which gives you shield that helps you to do CI perfectly. So this is amazing. Everything is just coming together. So the special 1 is going to apply that electrification, but not just that, it's going to dispel every positive effect of the boss. I love that because there are some bosses that are going to be having some advantages and all that. I'm sure in this solo raid we're going to face bosses that are going to have some positive effects that are going to be annoying, but with this character, of course, it's going to make those matches much easier by removing the positive effects. I would think we have another character that removes positive effects, which is special 2, which is Robin King. But yeah, this will now be another character that can do that. And Robin King is not even guaranteed. It's a chance to remove. So this one seems, from what was written, it seems to be guaranteed. So the special 1, apply electrification, which when triggered by special 2 or 3, we do 1200% attack damage. And we also remove the positive effects of the boss. Now let's go to special 2. For the special 2, is going to do a couple of things based on your Atlanta energy or your Atlant energy. I don't know. I can't just figure out which one to pick. I think Atlant sound better. Atlant energy. Atlant energy is the one you get from the basic attacks. Electrification is the one you get from the special 1, which is also based on the Atlant energy. So yes, for special 2, once you have your Atlant energy, which you've gotten from your basic attacks, and you have electrification, which you've gotten from the special 1, you are going to be able to pin the opponent to the ground. Basically, pinning the opponent to the ground means that the opponent won't be able to jump because they will be on an hazard. The electrification is an hazard. So to prevent the opponent from jumping, you do that your special 2, which will pin the opponent to the ground, and basically, we've already said before, if the opponent has that electrification from special 1, you are going to now do a debuff that counts over some times per second. So it seems like a debuff, like a dot damage. It seems like that because it's described as counting per second. So as the electrification is going, the electrification will be destroyed constantly once you do your special 2. So let's take it like this. Electrification is an hazard that will be applied to the opponent when you do your special one. But then you do your special two, that electrification will be constantly destroyed. And the more the electrification is destroyed, the more dot damage you are doing dot damage per second to the opponent. And you are pinning the opponent to that hazard dot. So that's basically how special two is going to work. Pinning the opponent to one position, and the effect of the hazard is waning per second, and the opponent is taking dot damage. I think this is probably where the major damage is going to be coming from, depending on how that 1200% attack is going to scale for you. Now let's go to the final special three. So special three works very similarly to special two, which is for special three, you are going to need to have some stacks or Atlanta stacks, which you get from your basic attacks. You also need to have electrify, which you get from your special one. So you can see this guy's gameplay is going to be alternating between basics, special one, basics, special two, or basics, special one, special two, basics, special one, special three. So that's going to be I think these are the gameplay is going to go, at least based on what I've read now. That's how it's going to go. So for special three, basically same thing as special two, you need to have some Atlant energy, you need to have some electrification. And what you're going to do, of course, is going to destroy the electrification. And electrification doesn't get destroyed instantly, it gets destroyed over time, which will also do damage over time. So this guy seems like he will be doing dot over time from special two and from special three. And not just doing that dot damage. For special three, is going to disable block. So let's get the whole picture. Special two is going to pin the opponent and restrict movement, which means the opponent won't be able to move, but they will still be able to block. Special three will disable block. The only way this would make sense for you to use with, like, let's say the Mortal Kombat team, is the time. We don't have the time here at the moment. How long are these debuff going to last? If we are disabling both block and movement by 30 seconds, it will make a whole lot of sense to mean that you can tag in your legendary arm, do this special one, do this special two, do this special three, and you will still have about, let's say, 15 to 20 seconds to have the opponent in one position, then use Mortal Kombat team. But the damage you're doing for Mortal Kombat team may not be worth it. So I think this guy will end up being his own damage dealer. It seems like he's not a character you really want to use with other characters. So special two is going to disable movement. Special three is going to disable block. And special one is going to apply electrification, which you need for both special two and special three to do damage. So yeah, you do your basics, you do your special one, then you choose to do either special two or you do special three. But special two and special three is going to do the dot damage for you of 1200% attack damage over time. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys at the moment. If you enjoyed this video, you have more questions, you can join Discord. We have more information about this character on my Discord. Link in the comment section. I will see you guys on the next one.